2, 1, let's go.
Try to run from the switch, we catch him. Dumb ass ain't make it too far. Whole lot of shots in the car. I shoot to the mall. I'm in the cut with a try to fuck me up. Gotta stick with a drum. They like, who that? I'm throwing shots, they try to run. True it.
You start to freeze, and so it looks you right between the eyes.
Jumped off the bench and I turned into a star. I'm a baller. Anywhere I go, my gang, they know who we are.
You can't even see me on FaceTime. Bitch just asked if I'm the one to DM on the fence. That ain't me, bitch, that's fake John.
Money, Wally P, shout out my label. That's me. I own 100% of my cuts. Bitch, nobody taking a
Back at it again with another reaction video, man. Back at it again with another banger, man. First and last reaction video of the day. First and last banger of the day. You already know what the deal is, man. When it comes to Thursdays, it's always a scary day, a disturbing day, whatever you guys want to call it, man. 6:36 p.m. September 12th on a Thursday, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in my zone. So if this is about to be the best video, bro, this is about to be the best video. I'm not gonna lie. 6 most disturbing things caught on police body cam footage. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what the vibes are. Before we get into anything, hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay late, stay on top of your grind. Last time I get that bag with that bag, when I go get it, nobody gonna get it for you, man. For one. For 2, 34.6K subs still. It's okay. Tomorrow we should be at 34.7K subs. Once we reach 35K subs, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's 15K subs away from 50K. That's a tough rating right there. I'm not gonna lie. Once we reach 50K, I'll be the happiest. But still not content, you feel me? We gotta still keep doing what we gotta do. Let's get into it, though. Let's see what's going on. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
On December 25th, 2020, a 63-year-old man named Anthony Quinn Warner drove his RV to Nashville, Tennessee's 2nd Avenue and woke up nearby residents with the sound of a robotic digital female voice coming from his RV, warning everyone around the vehicle to evacuate the area.
What the fuck?
This area must be evacuated now. This area must be evacuated now. If you can hear this message.
Alright, so dude got caught. We all know that. Obviously. Cause what is he doing? What is he trying to do?
Soon, the female voice repeatedly mentioned that the RV was going to detonate, and a little after 6 a.m. the voice became more and more insistent, announcing that the vehicle would detonate in 15 minutes. In the body cam footage that was later released by the authorities, a group of Nashville police officers can be seen walking around the downtown area, urging any stragglers to evacuate for their own safety.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anything wrong, okay? You're not in trouble, but there is something serious happening down the road.
Go for 11.
Okay? Do you mind going down to 2nd and
Where do they need to go when they are evacuated?
At least they're being nice about it, though, because I know some cops out would kick that dude out for
That's like something out of a movie.
like The Purge?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, The Purge, bro, for real. He's on some weird shit.
Evacuate now. Stay clear, vehicle. Stay clear, vehicle.
You know, that looks like somewhere that I used to live before, but this is in Nashville. The place that I'm talking about is all the way in Jersey.
The robotic voice and its ominous warnings give the whole scene an extremely eerie vibe, like, as the police officer mentioned, something out of the movie The Purge. Strangely, the RV also broadcasted snippets of the 1964 hit song Downtown by Petula Clark, which is a song about how if you're ever feeling sad or lonely, you should go downtown and you'll feel better in the hustle and bustle of the city. Unfortunately, the robotic voice wasn't bluffing, and just 15 minutes later, the RV detonated near the AT&T building, causing damage to more than 50 buildings and even collapsing a few of them with its massive blast radius.
Bro, I thought dude was bluffing. That's literally some shit out of a movie. He literally blew up his RV. And he gave them a warning, but I would have thought that was a joke.
In the aftermath of the incident, the cops can be seen assessing the damage and moving nearby pedestrians to safety through body cam footage that can only be described as apocalyptic.
Second Broad. Commander 425, are you 10-4?
Like, what the fuck?
Correct.
No, I guess.
Where's your car?
How you doing?
Okay, go to your car.
What's going on? 217, myself and 215 are all front row.
They said this was at like 4 in the morning. Let's be honest. Who's hearing that at 4 in the morning?
We don't need anybody coming off the 2nd Avenue exposed.
You okay? Yeah, I'm good, man. I appreciate it.
Even though the explosive inside the RV was extremely powerful, the cops managed to evacuate most of the nearby residents, and thankfully nobody outside the RV lost their lives. Although 3 people were injured and had to be hospitalized after the vehicle incident, the only person who lost his life was Anthony Warner himself, who was still inside the vehicle at the time of the detonation. After the incident, the authorities started digging deep into Anthony's past to figure out what could have caused him to do something so insane, and what they found was pretty disturbing. As it turned out, Warner was pretty much a paranoid loner obsessed with conspiracy theories about shape-shifting alien lizards that were trying to take over the world. It was also revealed that 16 months before the explosion, Warner's girlfriend had called the cops to report that Anthony had been building explosives inside the RV outside their home. Even more disturbingly, less than a week before Christmas, Warner's neighbor had reportedly asked him if Santa was going to bring him anything good for Christmas, to which Warner replied, "Oh yeah, Nashville and the world are never going to forget me." But despite the clear desire for attention, the cops never managed to truly figure out Warner's motive, and it was eventually concluded that he probably didn't want to hurt anyone, and that a fatal cancer diagnosis mixed with other factors had contributed to Warner's declining mental health.
I know of plenty of people that have cancer that don't act in the way that he just acted. Most cancer patients are in the hospital. Who let dude that knew, the cops knew he had explosives, so I don't even want to hear anything about that. That's honestly crazy to me. The girlfriend told them, they just go in the RV and see what the fuck that nigga has.
On March 9th, 2023, at around 12:30 p.m., an anonymous caller dialed 911 and told dispatchers that a man that had just run into a food market on Cleveland's Central Avenue was claiming that he had just been kidnapped. As soon as police arrived, they were able to talk to the alleged victim, and the jarring conversation was captured on one of the cops' body cams.
I went over there to fix his busted pipe for his washing machine. Okay. I was putting a water line for his ice for his refrigerator. And when I got downstairs, there was another dude came out. They had guns on me and they robbed me. I mean, they tied me up. They had plastic laying on the ground.
Disturbingly, the zip ties and duct tape that were used in the kidnapping.
I ain't even trying to laugh. They tried to kidnap a black man. Look what happened. He got away, bro. Dude is not
can still be seen on the man's body as he explains what happened to him. As the victim mentions to the cops, the perpetrators forced him into his own van, robbed him, and then held him for ransom before he managed to escape.
So they put this on my face, they get me in my van, and they bring me over here. They turn the location up on my phone. One of the guys is in back with me. And
which way did the car go?
Huh?
Where the car go?
It was parked this way, and I ran all the way down here to here. We were parked right over there.
You're parked the 49? Yeah, what kind of car was it?
It's my van.
As the cops later found out, the main perpetrator was 51-year-old Ahmed Johnson, whom the victim had been in federal prison with at some point in his life. After digging deeper into the case, they uncovered the whole story of the kidnapping. As the victim mentioned in the video, the kidnapper had hired him for a plumbing job, and when he arrived at the house in Cleveland's Buckeye Woodhill neighborhood, he was led downstairs where he would allegedly be shown the leaky pipe that he had to fix. Once downstairs, Ahmed led the victim to another room, where another man jumped out and held—
I'm not gonna lie, bro, Ben had this plan. There's no way he did not have this plan. He saw his name. He was like, oh, I know this dude. Bro, I'm telling you,
him at gunpoint. After stealing his phone and Apple Watch, the kidnappers bound the victim and put him into the back of his own van. As the perpetrators drove the van towards the city's central neighborhood, they made the victim call a friend and bring around $15,000 to a nearby gas station in exchange for his return. But as the van slowed down, the victim somehow managed to jump out and ran down East 49th Street. Thinking quickly, the victim ran into a convenience store where he would be protected by the public eye, causing the suspects to drive off. 2 weeks later, the cops managed to make an arrest, and Ahmed Johnson was charged in Cleveland court with aggravated kidnapping. As of today, there have been no further updates to the case.
That's crazy as hell.
On September 9, 2019, an Albuquerque Police Department officer saw a young man performing a traffic stop on a gray Nissan SUV. Strangely, the man wasn't dressed like a police officer at all. In fact, he was dressed as an ordinary citizen in jeans, a black polo, and an Air Force cap as he wrote down the driver's information. Sensing that something was off, the officer pulled the man aside to talk to him, and from the beginning, the man seemed a little on edge.
You gotta talk to him for a minute?
How you doing?
How's it
Come on, man. Let's just talk back here real quick.
Impersonating an officer.
Wait, what?
That nigga's cooked.
Oh, okay.
I know, I'm under-equipped.
Okay, because normally you do, if you're out here, man, if you're making a traffic stop, you're just gonna have to stop, dude. Alright? Do you have an ID with you?
I mean, this is all I got. I mean, like I said, I'm under-equipped. I was just heading over there to the courthouse.
To the courthouse for what?
You were heading to the courthouse for what? To get stuff that you never even had in the first place.
To get my crap.
Okay.
I know, it makes no sense. I caught him going 120 down I-40.
Okay. Why do you have lights on this vehicle?
Personal? I know.
Do you have an ID with you at all?
No, I keep it on my uniform.
The man
How do you
claims
not
that he
have
was
an
on his way to the
ID on
courthouse when he pulled over the driver of the gray
driving to the
Nissan.
courthouse?
Suspiciously though, he claims he doesn't have any sort of identification on him because he allegedly left it inside his uniform. After a bit of questioning, the man says his name is Brendan Wazinski and confesses that he was using his personal vehicle to pull over civilians, but insists that he's been an officer of the law for 3 years.
Simple. And I'm not...
Yeah, he's about to get
it's
kicked
just
out of
thing is,
the force.
Yeah, he was speeding, dude. You could have called it in. And... Because if you get into shooting, you're
Right.
speeding. Alright, man.
I understand.
Right.
This, for starters, I know this looks really bad.
Right.
This looks really bad. This screams whacker.
Right. How long you been on?
About 3 years.
Okay. I've been on for like 13 years. Alright, so...
After checking the database, the officer notices Brendan's name doesn't pop up on any nearby
he
law
was
enforcement
never
agency's
there,
list,
bro.
and at that point his only option is to put the suspect in the back of his vehicle while he waits for his supervisor to figure things out. Less than 5 minutes later,
Dude,
Brendan gets cold feet and confesses that he's not a real cop.
Y'all be careful out there, because this shit really be happening, bro.
What's up, man?
Alright.
A fake officer getting pulled over by a real officer.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just gonna be
That badge from?
I bought it offline.
Okay. Do me a favor, stay in here, okay? For a second.
As soon as his supervisor arrives, the officer briefs him on the situation, and they decide to arrest Brendan for impersonating a police officer.
You gotta
After
arrest
putting him in
him.
cuffs, the sheriff arrives to
You can't
assess the
decide.
situation. I honestly don't know how long Brendan was expecting to be able to get away with pulling people over pretending to be a cop, but it seems as though he was hoping to play vigilante with...
Bro, a fake cop pulling over a innocent person that was probably not even going 120 down I-4,
no consequences forever. Even
That's
though he didn't have a
crazy.
weapon in his belt at the time, it's not uncommon for people like Brendan to start using guns and handcuffs as intimidation tools once they get more comfortable and start thinking they can get away with it. Obviously, it's incredibly dangerous to have random people driving around the city pretending to be cops when they really have nothing to do with law enforcement at all, which is why the officers have no other choice but to bring him into the police station.
That first guy was nuts.
After arriving at the station, the cops try to get Brendan's full statement, but the suspect contradicts himself a bunch and lies to try to get the officer's sympathy. Brendan says he was on his way to work when he saw a guy going 120 on the freeway and confesses that he freaked out when the cop asked him about his identity. Strangely, he alleges that the badge he used to fake his identity used to belong to his dad, who supposedly used to work with the sheriff's department before he was killed in the line of duty 5 or 6 years prior.
And then when I made...
And he's using his father's shit that's not even with him no more, bro. Like, shit like this gotta stop. I'm sorry. Like,
contact
what?
with you, I noticed you had
Like,
a badge.
what?
Where'd you get that badge from?
Belonged to my dad.
It belongs to your dad? When was
Well,
he...
it did.
It did? Is he still around, or did he pass away?
Well, he was killed.
Oh, he was killed, okay.
As it was later revealed, this was a complete lie, and the truth was that he bought the badge online as he had initially confessed when the cop interrogated
So why is he making this up?
him.
I don't
It's
get
hard
it,
to
bro.
imagine that he
You can
thought he
only
was
make
going to
up
get
so
away
many
with a lie
things.
like that when there was video evidence of him saying that he bought the badge online less than an hour
He
ago.
lying on his dad's
During the
name. That's
interview, it was
crazy.
also revealed that Brendan was only 18 years old, even though he said he was around 25 when the cop initially pulled him
Oh
over.
yeah, he's cooked.
This makes the fact that he said he was married and needed to call his wife even more sketchy, and it's hard to tell which details of the story are true and which ones are completely made up. A few seconds later, things get a little scary when Brendan confesses that he had a loaded weapon in the glove compartment of the vehicle, which wasn't initially visible in the video. Considering he's a compulsive liar and an irresponsible teenager, it's pretty horrifying to imagine what he would have done with the handcuffs and gun had he been given the chance to play vigilante for a few more days or...
Bro, someone let me know, what do regular 18-year-olds do? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I was at a job doing something other than fake arresting people.
Weeks
What's
or
wrong
whatever.
with these people, bro?
In March 2020, a judge sentenced Brendan to a year of probation. But just a few weeks later, he failed to report to his probation officer, refused to get a psych exam, provided a false address, and missed a scheduled meeting. As a result, the judge tightened his probation conditions, and as of today, there have been no further updates to the case. At around 8 p.m. on September 30th, 2021, three children ages 6 and 7 were reported missing in the Flamingo Lake neighborhood in Montgomery, Texas. According to the parents, the kids had gone missing after they went into the Sam Houston forest and wandered off the main trail to go play in a creek. After the disappearance was announced to the public, the authorities launched a massive search that included helicopters, dogs, drones, off-road vehicles, and hundreds of police officers from multiple law enforcement agencies.
I know they found something.
The next morning, an anonymous Good Samaritan who was very familiar with the layout of the woods decided to take matters into his own hands and went into the national forest by himself to find the kids. At around 9 a.m. on September 31st, the man found the kids and called 911 to bring the children to safety, and the whole rescue was captured on Sergeant Jason Smith's body cam.
Come on, can y'all come to me? Come to me. Yeah, come to me. There's an opening right here. Come on, kids, come to me.
Oh, I think I've seen this shit before.
Last night, so I just took off the back. I've been looking on.
For one, why would you let your kids play out there knowing that this shit could go on? For two, don't you find it kind of sketchy how this dude called it in and he knew exactly where they were? But he might actually just be a good Samaritan, so let's see what's going on.
Ain't Jesus good?
He's good. Kids, I'm the police. Are y'all ready to get out of the woods?
Man, why is he laughing like that?
Let's get out of here. You got cheeseburgers in your car?
We gonna get something to eat. Okay? You wanna hold my hand?
You
We'll
got
get out of here?
cheeseburgers in your car.
Even though the kids were found just a little over a mile away from where they entered the woods, they'd still been lost for over 24 hours, and pretty understandably they were hungry.
They ran a whole search, and they couldn't find them, bro. That just goes to show you how hard it is to, like, really find people when they're missing. Like, that's crazy. A mile away from where they, I mean, that's
As it was later revealed, the kids had spent the night in the forest, sheltering themselves under a fallen tree until the volunteer came to rescue them, which is why they had leaves and branches in their hair in the footage.
He looks like a coach. He's chilling.
You're really
He's actually a good guy.
Lose your shoe? I got you.
Even though they had spent the night with minimum shelter and hadn't had anything to eat for 24 hours, the children still seemed to be in pretty good spirits as Sergeant Smith escorted them out of the woods, and toward the end of the video he can be seen guiding them to the clearing where a bunch of cop cars sit waiting for them.
One of them was the leader in that whole experience right there. My guess is it was the older little girl that was there, taking care of her siblings, because imagine you're one of the other two little siblings. What would an older sibling do? Take care of their siblings, you feel me? So that's exactly probably what she did, I ain't gonna lie. She did a great job.
Thank you, fellas. Y'all got it? Come on, kids. Let's come out to the road. Oh, yeah. What?
Bro, where are their parents?
There you go, buddy. Look at you.
Like,
you
shit like this does happen, but
it's honestly pretty terrifying to think that if they hadn't been found then and there, the kids would have probably ended up succumbing to the elements. But thankfully, they were able to get back home to their parents.
God is really good, bro, for real. God is good.
On January 30th, 2017, New Mexico police received a disturbing call from a witness in Nevada who claimed he had seen a woman being taken out of her Las Vegas apartment by a man and put into a white van with a Texas license plate.
What?
After receiving the alert, the cops were able to locate the van in question less than 24 hours later and arrest the driver and passenger.
Oh, they don't take shit like that as a joke, bro. I mean, that's a serious offense.
Once the suspects are out of the vehicle, the cops approach the white van, and that's when they find something incredibly disturbing.
Bro, what are they about to find? Don't tell me they find like chains or something.
Got a camera. Do you need a...
Oh my God, thank you.
Okay. Got it?
What the fuck?
Okay, we're gonna get you out of here, okay?
I got pictures of her and I got pictures of the chains.
No, bro. I'm just glad that they didn't take he didn't take them on a chase, bro. That could have ended way worse than it did.
In the back of the
wild,
vehicle, the
bro.
cops find a woman named Jane who is chained to the floorboards of the van by the suspects, and as soon as the officers set her free, she gives them her disturbing testimony. According to the victim, the man who was driving the getaway van was her ex-boyfriend Jack, who broke into her apartment and took
Nigga's
her.
crazy,
Even though
bro.
she fought hard to escape, Jack was
That
trained
nigga's
in mixed
crazy.
martial arts and was a lot heavier than her, and it didn't take him long to take her out of her home. Jane assumed it was her neighbors who saw the altercation and called the police, and it was thanks to that 911 call that the cops were able to rescue her. Once inside the police car, Jack doesn't seem all too distressed that he's about to be put away for a long time, and he can even be seen interacting pretty calmly with the officer driving the vehicle, asking him if he has a favorite hymn and singing the words to Amazing
crazy,
Grace
bro.
as he's taken to jail.
You got a favorite hymn?
What's that?
You got a favorite hymn?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't know. I've never been into them. What about you?
What about Amazing Grace? You like that one?
I'll take it.
I don't even know why this the cop be talking to these niggas. This nigga's
As it was later
crazy, bro.
revealed, Jack's accomplice in the kidnapping was 19-year-old Samuel Brown. In the other cop car, Samuel asked the police officer to have a conversation with him, claiming that he's scared of everything that's happening.
Okay to talk? Is it okay to talk? Yeah. Anything. I'm just kind of scared. And okay. What are the police gonna ask me?
Bro, just let them ask you the fucking question. Shut up.
During the
You know damn well you
investigation,
knew
the
what you
police
were
found that
doing.
Jack and Samuel had planned to take Jane into a cave in New Mexico that Jack had dug into the side of a hill, where they would later brainwash her into marrying one of them, according to the police report. After the horrifying incident, Jack was sentenced to life in...
Imagine dating a nigga like that you didn't even know you were dating, bro. Like, so many cases, bro, it's always the fucking ex-boyfriend doing some weird, wild shit. So many cases.
prison, and Samuel to a little over 5 years in prison. It's
shit,
pretty
bruh.
disturbing to imagine where Jane would be if that 911 call hadn't been placed and the cops hadn't intervened. On April 8 of 2021, police officers from the city of Whitehall, Ohio, about 6 miles away from Columbus, received a report that a man was allegedly impersonating a police officer at a traffic stop. Upon arriving at the scene, they found a 26-year-old man named Casey Donovan Williams asleep in what appeared to be a Whitehall police cruiser. When he woke up, he told the cops that he was an off-duty cop working a special duty detail. At first, the officers bought his story, but when they were told there was no special duty assigned at that time, they returned to get the real story. And the exchange was captured on the cop's body cam.
But you have no
I've
ID
seen
from
this.
them. All right.
Oh yeah,
And have you ever been sworn in by them?
I've talked to the chief.
No.
So
I'm
that's
asking
all
you
we
a direct question. Have you been sworn in
Now,
by
it's
them?
very important you answer this correctly, because being a former police officer or someday a current police officer,
Yeah,
you
they
know
take
if you
that
lie
shit
in this
serious.
situation, you go directly to jail. No, I'm not. So I'm going to I'm put not, that right listen, out. I'm not. So trying- if I'm you not, are telling me you are a police officer right now, is that what you're telling me? No. So you are not a commissioned police officer?
I spoke with the chief.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you one
You
question.
already answered
Are
the
you a
question. Take that
commissioned
nigga
police
to jail.
officer through the state of Ohio?
I have an OPUDA certificate.
That's not what I'm asking.
That's not what we're asking you.
I'm explaining to you. I have
No, you're not. You're not answering the question. You're avoiding the question. It's very simple.
You
Are
trying to
you a
walk around
sworn
that
police
shit.
officer anywhere in the state of Ohio with any department?
Not currently.
Okay.
As soon as the cops start applying a bit of pressure, Casey confesses that he's not an actual commissioned police officer, and when the cops mention to him that he risks going to jail if he lies, he decides to call one of the officers who supposedly gave him the job to try to save himself from the consequences.
Okay. 1 second. Would you be willing to speak to the supervisor from the company?
From
Watchman?
From Watchman?
Yes.
Is he an actual police officer?
You are an actual police officer, correct? Okay. Okay. Yes, he is. Where are you commissioned at?
It doesn't matter. He's not here doing anything.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's the superintendent of the state highway patrol. That's irrelevant to the situation.
Even though he seems to have a pretty intricate series of excuses to justify his actions, the cops sense there's more to the story than Casey's letting on. After mentioning to the cops that he was just trying to make a little extra money by allegedly working for the Glenwood Police Department, he realizes his chances of getting out of an arrest are pretty slim, and that's when he resorts to asking the cops for mercy.
That's all I was trying to do. Please do not. I'm asking you for courtesy, man to man. Please do not ruin my career.
Man to man. At the end of the day, you did this to yourself.
Please.
Nobody's worried about that shit.
I think you did that kind of on your.
Throughout the exchange, it seems as if Casey either doesn't realize the severity of what he's doing, or he really thinks the cops are going to let him get away with showing a fake badge and even carrying a weapon while pretending to be an officer of the law. Still, things were about to get a whole lot worse for Casey, because after he was put in the real police officer's cruiser, the cops searched his vehicle and found a loaded AR-15 rifle, a tactical vest, a loaded handgun with 15 rounds of ammo, a taser, 2 pairs of handcuffs, and pepper spray. It's pretty disturbing to think of what could have happened if the cops hadn't arrested Casey then and there, because even though he didn't seem to have any bad intentions at first glance, Casey could have used the badge, vehicle, and weapons for some pretty nefarious purposes if he wanted to by simply convincing people he was a real police officer. From kidnapping to extortion and everything in between, a fake cop can be extremely dangerous. As it was later revealed, this wasn't the first time the suspect had gotten in trouble for trying to pull similar stunts. Although at one point he had been a corrections deputy at the Pickaway County Jail, he was forced to resign after trying to enforce his authority as an undercover cop at a fair when he hadn't been instructed to do so. After the incident in Whitehall, Casey was...
So this dude been had a problem. At a fair where people go to have fun, you over here trying to do some whack shit.
Charged with impersonating a police officer, a third-degree felony, and improper handling of...
Yeah, he's cooked. Take him to jail, officers, man. Y'all been out here like that reaction video, man. That was six most disturbing things caught on police body cam footage. Like I said, we locked in. We done with that video. Tomorrow, there's going to be a plethora of videos. Great timing, man. I ain't gonna lie. Man, like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification button, man. As always, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace and love. We out.